Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back again. I decided I was gonna sit down and film myself getting ready for my day and trying some new products, and I wanted to start with like a clean bare face, not even wearing brows right now. I know I do have brows, it's crazy. So I just kind of wanted to show you in depth my routine that's currently going on and throwing in some new products, new to me, or things I haven't really seen on YouTube too much too. I just kind of picked out some random products. I have no idea what kind of look I'm going for. I just figured I would just bring out the camera and let's just get started. So make this like a kind of like a catch up with me kind of thing. I mean, nothing really crazy has been going on in my life, but I mean a little bit, but I just figured I would just catch you guys up on some things and whatever's been going on with me. I apologize for the farty chair. I can't find my little screwdriver thing that fits into my chair. It tightens up the little legs. The legs come loose all the time. I know, it's not so safe. I always, as of lately, use Dip Brow from Anastasia in soft brown. This is kind of what I feel like works for me the best now. They give you so much product inside this little jar, and it's only about like 18 bucks, so I feel like it's more worth the time. And I always brush through with the spoolie side. And I just kind of follow my natural brow, and in this area I try to like bring it a little bit lower just to make it look more full, and just kind of doing the same thing on the top, just following my natural brow. I'm just going to connect it, and then I just kind of go like that with very little product just to fill in the sparse hairs, and then kind of brush through with the spoolie. My brows are finished. So I shaped them with this. I mean, it's a nice concealer for sure. I mean, it's not super full coverage or anything like that, and it seems to work, so I use it now and I'm almost done it. So there's been a lot of things going on in my life that, you know, I don't really talk about on social media or anything like that, so I'm not gonna really talk about too much, but I will say I've been having like car issues lately, and it's been driving me insane. You know, it's been going on for years now, and like I'm just like really sick of having to deal with it. So I think just like really putting it in perspective, like I've been worrying more about other things in my life, and just, you know, not being able to focus on YouTube hasn't been really an issue for me to an extent. I'm gonna prime using a new primer from Makeup Forever. It's called the Step 1 Skin Equalizer. It's actually an eye and a lip primer. It looks like this. So I'm only gonna take a little bit. I've never used this primer before. It's definitely like a light color. I don't know how much, you know, is it gonna go on my lids clear or what, but we'll see. Yeah, this definitely turns clear after I put it on my lid, which is fine. I prefer that. Like, I don't typically care if there's no coverage, because I always go in with like a flesh toned eyeshadow or whatever it may be. So I wanted to give this hangover primer another shot. I used it like a long time ago, and I actually didn't find it hydrating at all. I found it like drying, which is really weird, but my skin was a wreck at the time, and it's getting better. It has its moments. Few guys popping up here. A lot of this is mostly scarring, believe it or not, which I've been trying to tackle, and I feel like over time it has gotten a lot better, but we'll see. I love the smell of it though. That's like, I want to like it, but it just doesn't work out for me, and I do have drier skin too, so it makes no sense, but we'll see. I usually go in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with like a flesh toned shadow just to set it. However, I've dug so deep into this palette. Actually, you can't even really tell, but I have two 2 empty shadows because that's what I use to set my lids, and now I'm resorting to mixing shades. But yeah, I hope everyone's been well. I've been really good, focusing on work. I have a new position now at work, which is great. Really happy because it was actually one of my goals for this year. Okay, so far with the primer, the eyeshadow primer at least, it doesn't seem too dry, which seems to be an issue with me. Like I just mentioned, I do have a drier skin type. Some of them are just way too dry and I'm not able to like blend out, you know, my eyeshadow and all that good stuff. So I finally got my hands on this palette. So I am extremely late on the game. It's new to me, and no, it's not new to you guys. I love how it has these on the back too, and I just kind of noticed that. Here she is if you've ever seen it. It's the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I find it so pretty, and I just wanted to use this palette today to achieve some sort of look. I have not thought this through at all, so I'm like, I don't know what kind of look I want to go for. I really want to try that green up there. It's so pretty. Maybe I'll jump outside my comfort zone and use it today. So first I'm gonna go in with Silk Cream, and I'm just gonna use that in my crease, and I always tap it off. All right, so I'm gonna go in just at my crease, and usually I'll take it a little bit higher because I do have all this brow bone space but not a lot of lid space, so sometimes it's hard to achieve a look. All right, I'm gonna go in with a darker brown now with that one, and I can't look at the name at the moment. Pooter. It's called Pooter. Jaclyn's got some funny names in this palette, so. She's always been somebody I've loved on YouTube forever. Actually, she was one of the first beauty YouTubers I've seen on here, and I feel like she did really change the game a lot. And now there's so many of them, and you know, and typically I don't like doing too many makeup videos now. I know I don't really make videos in general, but just because I feel like there's so many on the internet now, and it's just like kind of gets boring after seeing the same old thing over and over again. I do have tons of videos planned, but I do have better ones planned. I just wanted to go ahead and get a video out there, so this is the easiest video I find to film and edit for myself. I am liking this eyeshadow primer so far. It's blending up very nicely. I'm going in with a more defined brush. It does have some eyeshadow on it. I'm gonna go in very lightly with this deep green shade, which is called Enchanted. It looks very skippy right now, but I am going in on the full lid with the full crease. So it's like directly on the crease. And I just went in with that first initial brown shade just to try to make it more of a seamless gradient effect. So I'm gonna go in with a shadow brush and go into that green I had my eye on. And it's that middle one, which is called Diva. It's definitely different than what I'm used to. I'm going in with the normal Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's my favorite eyeliner of all time. I feel like I need a new one though, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm not gonna do super thick liner because I want to go in with the world famous Marc Jacobs eyeliner. It's my favorite eyeliner of all time, so I just feel like it never budges. So I've gotten some fallout. That's surprising. So now I'm gonna move on to my face. I've already primed. My face still feels a little tight, so I'm gonna use my normal Rainforest to See spray because you can use it to set, you can use it to prime, you can use it to refresh, you can do many things with it. It's just the best spray I've ever have used. So, and while I let it dry, I go soak my beauty blender. As always, I wrap it in a tissue and I kind of gently squeeze it just so I won't have any issues later on. So as always, I'm going in with a concealer to cover up my acne spots. Right now I'm just using this one. It was on sale at one point and I picked it up. It's nothing crazy. I did try using it for under the eyes. However, this one is just not good for under my eyes because it's dark. It's pretty dark. And it doesn't have a lot of coverage. So yeah, I just prefer using it for something like this instead. So I'm still trying this foundation out. I've used it like 3 times now, but it's the Bobbi Brown Full Cover Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation. It is shine free, oil free, all that good stuff. I feel like if you're really oily, this might be one of your favorites and go-to. I just use it because I like it and it works for me. So I do take a good amount of pumps, and it is a little bit too dark for me. I feel like I do get away with it though, so we're just gonna try it out and see. I feel like the foundation does have a scent to it somewhat. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells lemony. I don't know. And I feel like if you're really dry, a beauty blender helps a lot with matte foundations. I just feel like it's gonna spread more and not make it look cakey or really dry. And I always work in sections when it comes to my foundation, just so it doesn't dry out on me, especially working with a matte foundation like this. I go in with my little foundation brush and I wipe it on my face first and I'll beauty blend it out. And you can see it's pretty full coverage. It's covering up where I was breaking out pretty good. I know a lot of people don't like putting on their brows first like I do, but I will take additional foundation on this brush and use, you know, because the shade of my concealer is not exactly the same shade as my foundation, this is how I blend it together. And then I just take the beauty blender, just kind of go over top, and I'm not necessarily reshaping them, I'm just kind of fixing the fact that I'm wearing foundation now. So I'm going in with a concealer that I feel like I never see a lot of people use, and I just rediscovered it. It's obviously a Sephora collection. It's called the Bright Future. I used to use this. I tried it a couple years back and I hated it, and they changed the applicator on it, which is the reason why I hated it. And I also found it not too full coverage, but I feel like now it has a little bit more coverage. I have no idea. This is just my assumption. But it's very cheap and it does its job, so I'll take it. And I still don't bake. I still don't do any sort of cream contouring. I just never caught on to that fad. I don't find it necessary for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and set. I am using the Kat Von D Lock-It powder. This has actually been my go-to powder for a while now, and I seem to enjoy it the most out of all the powders I do typically use. And I've tried many translucent powders, even Laura Mercier. I feel like this is just better. This is so important. Make sure you always, if you're gonna use a beauty blender, always knock out those creases before you go ahead with the powder, because essentially what you're doing is setting the powder into your creases. That's not what you want to do. Alright, so I'm going on with the powder again, and I'm going around my mouth mostly because that's where my problem areas start. You're probably thinking like, holy moly, she's using a lot of powder, she's insane. I've been using the Dermaflash lately. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it is essentially an exfoliator, and it's a tool, and it actually it shaves your face on top of exfoliating it. So it's a razor, and the razor exfoliates your skin. And I actually really like it so far. I've noticed whenever I do use it, my skincare seems to soak in a lot better too, because it has less hair on it. I guess I am Italian, so I gotta, you know, got a little extra hair on my face. Whatever, no shame. I learned this from Patrick Starr's channel, going with a foundation powder just to try to bring some light back into your skin. And I feel like that is definitely a crucial step if you're more tan or deeper in complexion than I am, because translucent powders can show up a little ashy. And so I feel like that was a really good tip. And even though I don't necessarily feel like I need more powder on my face, it also has coverage to it, which helps. So, and the Sephora collection, baked micro smooth baked powder, whatever they call it, has always been my go-to powder because I feel like it's very hydrating, and it does usually leave a little bit of a glow to my skin, even though it's very matte right now. So obviously I'm not done, and this is usually the time when I take my Q-tip trick, which is to clean off my lips because there's foundation all over them and I hate that look. Alright, so I'm gonna set my brows now with, as always, the Benefit Ready Set Brow. I think they changed the name of this brow product. And I've had this for so long, so it does last a while. But I'm gonna do what I usually do. I kind of brush up a little bit and then brush through. And this is I always save it for this time because I always get powder in my brows after I set my face. So I feel like this will brush through the powder. All right, so time to go on my lower lash line with some shadows. I don't want to do too much just because the top is so bold for me. So I do want to go in with that green for sure. But I'm just gonna go in with that first initial brown shade. I actually do like this eye look. I do wish I blended it out a little bit differently. That green shade I went in, maybe I won't go in as far into my eye just because I feel like it did skip a little bit, which is always a problem with me. And I feel like it's not because of the primer. It's not because of the way I set it. It's my technique. And I will be probably the first and only YouTube person to ever admit to being wrong because I am not a makeup artist. So sometimes things happen and I kind of learn. I realize what I did wrong and how I could fix it next time. All right, so I'm just taking an angle brush. I'm just making sure there's no product on it. And I'm just gonna go into that green shade right there. And I'm gonna put it as close to my waterline as possible because I'm really just smoking out the bottom lash line is what I'm doing, so. See how it is kind of choppy right now? I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush, it's really close, and just, but I am gonna go in with that shade, which is in light, highlight my inner corners of my eye. I just realized my camera films in like half-hour increments. Is that weird? I'm still learning how to use it, so like there's that. So I'm taking the bronzer from Guerlain. This is actually the terracotta one. They've changed it since I've had this, so they actually don't necessarily carry this exact one now, but they carry like one that's similar, and this is in shade 3. I do realize sometimes I go in with a very deep bronzer and I don't really care that much, but today I'm gonna make it, because I'm just going grocery shopping today, so like I already look extra enough. And then I'm gonna go in with my normal contouring brush, just for my forehead, just to make it, I just love the sun-kissed look and it will always be my thing. by adding that bronzer to the forehead. Trust me, it works. So if you're very pale like I am, and you don't like to tan, and I used to tan, and that's why I don't do it anymore because it scares me. But I see so much like with skin cancer and like people having scares that I don't want to subject myself to that. And I do have like self tanner and stuff here. I just haven't gotten around to doing it because I just feel like it's a whole, you gotta change your whole foundation and concealer routine to a different shade, and it's just not something I'm used to. But one of these days I will come up on here and I'll be tan, and it's gonna be because I put fake tanner on. Okay, so here's my new trick with having very matte skin at the current moment and what I do to help it. And I was so scared to use it because I never really used cream highlighters before, but I have this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Spoon, and it is a cream to powder formula, and I really like it. I was very nervous with using this on top of powder because I thought it was gonna disturb my foundation, but it does not. And I'll kind of blend it like that, and you can see the very subtle glow. So like if you kind of want a glow from within and you don't want to like use powder for some reason, you find it too intense, you can use something like this. I always go on the tip of my nose and go up the bridge. I don't contour my nose, and you guys have probably noticed that. I just feel like the way my nose is shaped, like the bridge, it's not, I have a small bridge in my nose already, and I used to contour my nose back in the day, and it would make my nose look very slim to the point where it looked weird, and I just didn't like the look. All right, so going in with the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt and Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, which is this duo, and I've used this multiple times on my channel, and I will continue. All right, ready for the glow? I'm gonna try not to be extra because I see people being extra on YouTube when they're applying highlighter, and it's my pet peeve because we all know it's gonna be blinding. So gently graze the forehead, and now I've been doing my temples too. I wanted to try this new foundation. I wanted to try this new blush, and it's from Bare Minerals, and it is a really dark blush, and I feel like this may be too dark for me, but I'm gonna try it anyway. That was actually another reason why I didn't want to use too dark of a contour shade, because I knew I was gonna try this new blush today, and I actually like it. I just hate how sometimes the highlighter will cast a dark shadow right here. And again, I don't know if anybody has any tips on that, because it's something I've always struggled with, and I will use like a really light highlighter shade and I'll still have that issue. So I don't really know what's causing it. As always, I'm going in with just a little bit of a deeper contour shade just to chisel out my cheeks just a little bit. So I will say the primer didn't make it too dry, which is good. So I'm gonna go in with that powder again underneath my eyes. This will help the harshness of my eyeliner too. So again, if you feel like you went too harsh on the bottom lash line with the eyeliner, this will help. Now time for mascara. I'm gonna use my normal Dior primer. And I usually put it on my lashes before I go in with my foundation, just in case there's any eyeliner like still left over on my eyelashes. I didn't today and it was fine. I think I've used this multiple times on this channel, but this is the new Lancome, the newest Lancome mascara. As you guys know, I never wear lashes. I don't have time for that. I do like looks better with lashes personally, but for me, it takes way too long for me to do that. And then for the bottom lashes, I'm gonna use the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I don't mind this mascara. It does get a little bit better over time, I will say, but it does flake a lot on me. So I'm gonna try to stick to just using it for the bottom lashes for now. So I'm gonna use this Sephora Collection Gel Liner in the Nudist, which is the lightest shade, I believe. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar lip gloss. This is like their top selling lip gloss actually. I'm gonna start out with the center of my lip and kind of work my way. And I'm gonna set my face with the Kat Von D Lock-In Spray. This has been my go-to spray for a while now. This is my finished look. As always, I'm wearing my black shirts because that's all the wardrobe I own. Alright guys, so this is my finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was supposed to be a get ready with me. I feel like it was kind of a get ready with me, not really. I mean, I was mostly talking about the products I was applying. So it is what it is. I just wanted to get some sort of video out for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. I do forget to mention that now, which is fine. And if you guys have any requests or any questions for me, please let me know down in the comments below, just because I'm not as active as I am usually, but I would like to know what you guys want to see from me and if you enjoyed this. I know mostly people don't enjoy makeup videos as much as regular other videos, which is fine. I will be sure to put out other videos soon enough. The ones that I have planned already are not makeup videos. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoy the rest of your day.